We're joined now by Jeff Masters. He's a writer on extreme weather and climate and co-founder of the Weather Underground. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
First, I'd like to get your reaction to what we know so far about these storms and then to the devastation that we've all seen.
There were over 30 tornadoes that touched down Friday night, and that was one of the largest tornado outbreaks we've ever seen in December. And one of those tornadoes appeared to have been on the ground for at least 100 miles, maybe over 200, which would make it one of the longest, if not the longest, tracking tornado in history. So a very out of season sort of outbreak we had, and incredible destruction.
Where do you even begin with the emergency response to this, especially in hard-hit Kentucky? No doubt even the first responders were personally affected while trying to save the lives of others. What do you make of the response so far?
Yeah, it's a tough thing because there's COVID going on too. So you've got to think about the pandemic. You've got to get a lot of shelter for people. Winter is coming and it's going to be a rough winter. You've got to supply a heated place for all these people to live. Just the logistics of doing this recovery operation are just mind-boggling.
Is there any better way to better prepare people, cities, states ahead of massive storms like the ones we saw over the weekend? We know that there are some warning systems in place, but what about when it comes to infrastructure as well? What more can be done? I mean, really, was there any way to prepare for this?
You can improve building codes, and that will help. When you get a EF4 tornado, a violent tornado like what this one probably was, there's not a whole lot you can do, but certainly you can make buildings withstand 150-mile-an-hour winds in an EF3 tornado, and it would probably be wise to do that over a large part of Tornado Alley.
And speak to, if you can, we see a lot of these storms happen under darkness. People, no doubt, were asleep. That's why some of these situations turn out to be so deadly.
Yeah. Winter tornadoes are a big problem because it's dark so long in winter that you've got the darkness issue to contend with. People don't react as quickly when it's dark out as if they can actually see the storm coming. And then, like you said, they tend to be asleep. So the death toll is much higher when you get a nighttime tornado.
One of the U.S. Top emergency management officials from FEMA said that this is the new normal. What is your take on seeing something this severe again in the near future?
You know, tornado season is not just in the spring anymore. We've got a warmer climate, and that means you can get a tornado any time of year. And so you've got to be prepared. Anywhere you live in the Midwest U.S., Southeast U.S., you can get a tornado in December, January, February. We've been seeing an increasing number of these off-season storms. So tornado season's all season long now, all year long.
Any other messages or anything that people should consider as we watch this rescue and recovery effort in the days ahead?
You know, these people had good warning. I mean, we had tornado warnings out over a half hour in advance. You just really need to heed those warnings and get yourself to shelter when you do hear a tornado warning. I mean, don't wait for confirmation from some other source. If you get the warning, get in shelter. Don't get in your car and try and outrun it because the roads are maybe going to be jammed and you're going to get caught in it. So trust the National Weather Service on this.
All right, Jeff Masters, thank you so much for joining us from the state of Michigan. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.